So the adventure begins. Walking from Monterosso to Vernazza in Cinque Terre. I'm starting at 8:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna go all the way out there. We were staying near the train station, and it had a single plan: hike to Vernazza and catch the 10:30 train. Trail from Monterosso to Vernazza is about 4.5 kilometers, or just under 3 miles. This should be a 2-hour trip, but in Cinque Terre, even short distances feel bigger. Wow. Nice. Here's the little cafe that we had lunch yesterday. Beautiful. So this is the city of Monterosso. There's train rails, and the trail that I'm going to take is over there. This trail is part of the Sentiero Azzurro, or the Blue Trail, the historical coastal path that links the 5 villages of Cinque Terre. For centuries, these were not tourist routes. They were lifelines used by farmers and fishermen to walk between the villages before roads and trains existed. Today, it's one of the most iconic coastal hikes in Europe, and the Monterosso to Vernazza section is considered one of the most dramatic. Another interesting section here. You can hear the water. There must be some sort of a river or stream. Oh, there it is. Alright, cool. The trail starts with a steep, steady climb out of Monterosso Old Town. Stone steps, tight turns, immediate elevation gain. Within 20 minutes, the town is already shrinking below. My heart rate hits 120 beats per minute on some of the steep stair climbs. It was February, but in the low 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Cool air, but I was sweating on some of the steep inclines. Once you reach the ridge, the landscape opens. You see vineyards and olive trees, stone walls built to hold the mountains in place. On one side, a cliff dropping towards the Mediterranean Sea. On the other, rock walls stacked by hand to prevent erosion. Some sections have wooden rails, some have nothing. You stay close to the wall and keep moving. I passed workers repairing sections of the trail. The maintenance here is constant. These trails survive because people keep rebuilding them. Here we go. Interesting climb here. Oh, almost vertical. Careful. There you go. Oof. There were small water crossings, some with bridges and some with handrails, some requiring careful footing. All right. Wow. I almost want to crawl. I kept taking photos and enjoying the scenery, which slowed me down. Okay, so I think, ooh, there it is, right there, right there.
the tower.
All right, there it is. About an hour and 40 minutes in, Vernazza appears. The first view is unreal. The pastel buildings, the tiny harbor, the tower rising above the sea. You see it and you think you're done. But then comes the descent. Steep, fast. Stone steps again. Different muscles, different focus. Harder at this point. Within minutes, you're back at the sea level, stepping into one of the most photographed villages in Italy. Okay, so this is the start of the trail from Vernazza to Monterosso, which is the end of the trail for me from Monterosso to Vernazza. I made it in just under 2 hours. The distance, 3.2 miles. Elevation gain roughly between 650 to 820 feet. Not long, but vertical. Narrow and exposed. This experience is not just beautiful. It was earned. When I stepped off that train in Monterosso, I was carrying something else with me. A quiet sense of accomplishment. I came back stronger.